The swivel points of the AK would break long before the knots ever would. I let Eyes know that his sling was repaired enough for now and showed him how to put it on like me. He really liked that. But then again, we were going in the wrong order, and he had to put his chest rig on first. He took his AK and set it down on the table and put on the chest rig. I helped him snap it in and get all the tangled bits untangled. It's a two-man job because it's pretty disorienting. I tightened some spots that were out of alignment from being from different sets, and within a minute I had it perfectly tailored to him. Feels like I'm not wearing anything, Eyes said. That's exactly the point. I let Eyes know, and then I said, now, put your AK over you like this. And you can put your arm through like this, so. You can even switch arms if needed to go around corners on the other side, then loop the sling through your other arm. That was all too amazing for him, and he didn't know what to say. I decided I needed to slow down, so I said, tell you what, you need to fill the rest of your mags. How about that? I went and grabbed all the half-full mags and brought them over to him. These mags are half full. You need to consolidate them and get the full ones into your chest rig, okay? He nodded and got to work. I went to go get mine and do the same thing. My chest rig was full of empty mags from the roof, but there were a lot of full mags here. I could tell the difference between all my mags. I had a sticker with an AN on them for analyst. I started popping the rounds out of other mags and putting them in mine. I knew my mags would work, and I wasn't going to mess around with any of these other mags. I started humming the reloading song in my head. I showed Eyes how to pop rounds out really fast from the mags using an upside-down bullet. His mags were fine, but I noticed a bunch of the mags I had scavenged were all crappy knockoff mags. Either the lips would be too flimsy, causing misfeeds, or the mag catches wouldn't even be able to grab them. Should they drop, the flimsy lips would also warp and shower the area with bullets, so that was no good. Definitely had to get these rounds in my good mags. A few minutes went by and I had 6 mags reloaded. Eyes had been done for a minute or so and been looking at the monitors. He asked, hey, what do you make of this? Reinforcements? I looked, and it seems like there was a boat coming out of the east. No, I don't think that's reinforcements. Might be my friends, I'm not sure. But we can't pop out without getting our heads taken off. Can you radio them? Eyes asked. Well, we don't know who that is. As soon as I get on the radios, or whoever they are responds to the pirates, could easily know, and they'll be able to pick them apart horribly, and it'll be on us, and we'll be next anyway. I said, well, do they keep flashing something at us? I responded, well, yeah, that's the long distance verification there. Oh, yeah, well, that's probably them. What is it? I just responded 3 blips, then nothing. 3 blips, then nothing. They stopped, though. Yeah, they stopped because we didn't respond. They're going to assume something's wrong. That's why they aren't switching to radios. They might not know there's a half fleet of pirates on the other side. If we went to radios, they'd easily be picked off. Well, Eyes thought out loud. I have an idea, Eyes, but you have to trust me. Eyes looked at me as if to say, what on earth could I possibly ask that would be untrustworthy at this point? Was all Eyes could say. Eyes, we need to get this ship turned on, and I'm going to start talking to the pirates over the PA system, but you have to trust me. Are you okay with that? I could tell Eyes was struggling with this, as if this whole thing could be leading up to me somehow tricking him into luring him out here, gaining his trust, and then a giant double cross. Eyes, we don't have a lot of time. I've done nothing but help you this entire situation. I'm sorry I accidentally led those bastards here. Before I could finish, he said, tell me that you don't want the ship. Tell me you don't want it. Let me tell you what I want, Eyes. I don't want them to have the ship. All they do is take and destroy. They are the remnants of a failed anarcho-communist ideology that was rejected by the very society that used them to get into power. They were a failure without leadership. They got leadership and promptly turned into totalitarian failures and rebelled against themselves and turned into greater failures. That AK was all of theirs, but now it's yours, not all of ours. They want the Anastasia to be theirs, but it isn't. It's yours, and it won't be ours. I'm fighting, so it stays yours. Those guys out there that are coming from the east will fight, so it stays yours. Eyes nodded slowly. He scooped up some keys. Let's go. Chapter 21, the final play, late morning, day 2. We made sure Kitty was going to stay in the hole, then carefully exited out from under the grand stairs. With no east-facing window here, there was no way to warn my friends. They were a little way away, unfortunately, anyway. As far away from the west window as we could, we kept low to the ground and scuffled to the crew offices, and then made our way up to the bridge. Eyes got everything turned on, and I felt the ship start to power up. I could feel the ship energized, and I knew exactly that I had to get the pirates' attention hardcore. It's exactly what I wanted, but I wasn't done. I knew they were scrambling. They were probably thinking, what are they going to do? Are they going to run? What's going on? I motioned to Eyes as we were both sitting down now where there was no way they could shoot at us, since they probably figured out we were up here on the bridge by the controls they could easily damage. Now, there was proof the ship ran. There was no way they were going to shoot at it except as a last resort. Okay, Eyes patched me through to the outer speakers. Eyes hit some buttons and gave me a microphone with a button on the side of it and then said, go for it. Pirate fleet, I trust I have your attention. Hold down your horns if you can hear this. Repeat, hold down your horns if you can hear this. I have an important message for you. I depressed the button and then cackled to myself. This would get my friend's attention for sure. Pirates, can you hear me out there? I want to hear that horn if you can hear me. I knew they could hear me because I could hear myself echoing from the powerful speakers. Before I could finish, I heard the 100-footer slam on his foghorn and hold it for a good 5 seconds. That's exactly what I wanted. You let my friends know about you, you genius. Talking as slow as I could to let my voice echo, to buy time and be heard clearly, I began my speech. Alright, glad to have your attention down there. So, as you can see, I got the little boat operational that you apparently want so bad. I thought maybe you'd finally calm down long enough to hear me out for a second. All I want is off the ship. I don't care about it at all. Coming here was a mistake. This got angry glances from Eyes, but I pointed to Eyes and I tried to tell him it was okay with hand signals. I've got to be honest, this ship creeps me out, so I've got a solution that works for both of us. Send your captain alone, and I'll exchange my prisoner, and I'll get back on my boat and leave. We'll pretend this never happened. Eyes was starting to get upset, but I was hoping he was starting to put the pieces together. I mean, he was literally sitting there with a fully loaded AK and like 7 spare full mags, so obviously I was bluffing. I hope he realized that. Pirate captain, hold down that horn if you agree to the negotiation. Otherwise, I can blow the ship with C4 and you get nothing. 2 minutes. Tick-tock. Eyes asked if I really had C4 on me. I would have rolled my eyes if it didn't give me such a big migraine to do so. I responded to Eyes, no, I don't really have C4 on me, but that'd be awesome though, wouldn't it? He nodded. You could swim the C4 over and put it on their boat or something. I responded, yes, I actually saw that in a really good comic book. We both kept listening and the boats still weren't moving, imagining throwing C4 in that asshole's boat with him and his pirates in it. I checked my phone. I think it'd been about 2 minutes. I addressed the pirates again. Avast, ye pirate captain. I think it's been about 2 scurvy minutes down there. What say you? You want this mighty fine vessel, or do you want me to scuttle this booty down to J.V. Davy Jones's locker room? I just need to hear you honk that horn, buddy. I waited about 30 seconds and no response. Eyes shrugged at me.